What is up, everybody? This is Lyle, No Hippie Trucking and Transportation. I just got done with the drive shift from hell, but I was killing them last night. We'll get to that in a second, but I picked up out in Liberal, Kansas. You know, the load picked up about an hour before the drop dead time.
Attention, a new important message has arrived.
So that was pretty cool. Just sent dispatch a message telling them I needed to get an appointment set at my O2 and I needed a confirmation number. So keep in mind, new guys out here, if you have a load that has an appointment time of 0000 to 0000, that appointment is not set. That is not a midnight delivery. So always get with dispatch to make sure that you get that handled before you show up and get turned away. So picked up out in Liberal, Kansas yesterday, and the skies just opened up. I'm telling you, I've only seen rain since I've been driving one time harder than this, and at least I was on a main highway. Yesterday I was on this little off-brand highway. I don't remember if it was 83 and 270 and all that kind of stuff, but two-way roads and no drainage on that whatsoever. So you would come up on some standing water that was probably about 4 inches deep at times, stuff like that. So, and then it was just like pouring. I'm surprised I did 595 miles. I took the miles that I ran yesterday, subtracted out the 70 that it took for me to get to the 01, and it came out to 596 miles, something like this. And I was surprised at that because there were times when I was literally going 35 miles an hour. It's just a horrible drive shift. It didn't let up. I mean, it got a little bit lighter. I mean, when I was in Kansas, that stuff was like it was Forrest Gump rain, sideways rain, you know, big old fat rain, all that stuff out there. It was like crazy. And it just seemed like I was never gonna get to 40. It was probably 250, 300 miles for me just to get to I-40. So two lane highways, all that. It was just a horrible drive shift. And then, you know, different degrees of rain until like maybe the last couple hours. But that was one where you had to have 100% focus on everything. You had to like make sure you were looking at the road, make sure there's no pooling water. I mean, it was a mess. But we got it knocked out. Right now I'm sitting out here at the there's a Shell on I-40 exit, I think 147. It's about 25 miles west of the Petro and Loves in North Little Rock, Arkansas, which is where I wanted to stop, but my hours were a little bit short. I might have had like 3 or 4 minutes to spare, so I was just like, you know what, let me just park here. And it looks like every local driver and their mother is dropped shit up here. So not necessarily the best mom and pop place, but it's gonna serve its purpose. So as far as me killing it last night, and I felt kind of sad about this has only happened to me one time before when I was driving in between Minnesota and Iowa. It was raining like this, and there was like all these frogs, man, trying to, like, I don't know where they were trying to go, but there was like hundreds of them trying to cross the road, and I was just killing them. I mean, I felt bad about that. And then, you know, there was a bird. I don't know if the rain disoriented it, but he hit the roof of my truck. And so, you know, I did a few homicides not a few. I don't know how many of them frogs I killed. I don't know if the bird survived or not, but them frogs were goners. But I did feel bad about that. Yes, looks like I'm on a pretty tight load. No matter how you
have 0 hours and 28
no matter
minutes
how you
time.
Slice it. Like I said, I don't have an appointment set yet, but the problem I'm going to run up against, and I told him to, you know, this is kind of a first come first serve place where I'm going. I told him or I asked them to set my appointment near the end of that window, because if I start driving when my hours are ready today at what time would they be coming back? Like 03:30. That means I'm gonna be coming off the road like 01:30, 02:30, and I haven't figured out where I'm gonna be, you know, where that 650 mile mark is gonna be. But trying to find parking at that time really isn't the best. So if I was able to push that drive shift off, start at about 5 in the morning, get off at like 3, 4, something like that, that might make it a little bit easier. And depending on where I'm at, I might be somewhere in Mississippi, just north of Birmingham, if I had to guess. I'm not sure. But there might be some parking there. I might actually be past Birmingham. I got to take a look at it. But these are things that I got to think about. Now, either way, you know, if they set that appointment closer to the beginning of that window, I'm just going to have to go back to that philosophy that my trainer used to always say, "Wow, there's always a spot," and there usually is. So I'll have to lean on that. If not, I'll have to sit in a fuel island or something and wait for somebody to leave. But not the best drive shift. I am ready. I am like wore out because, you know, I got to the 01 yesterday to the pickup. I think I woke up at 4 in the morning to get out there. Drove out there. Now, I slept all night, so I really maybe took a nap for like maybe an hour, somewhere in there. So when I got the load, I just had to thug it out. Like I said, I'm good for 36 hours, so I'm really only at about 26, 27 hours right now. But it is time for me to take my ass to sleep. But I wanted to knock this out. At first, I feel like talking about the homicides last night might actually cleanse my soul a little bit. So that's what I'm trying to do. But anyway, that's about it. I appreciate you guys stopping by. No Hippie Trucking and Transportation. As always, comment, subscribe, and I'm out.